Hello, Faith Leader, and welcome to Breaktime. Today we are in Psalm 16:11. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Do you notice how many times David puts the responsibility of David's joy-filled life back on the Lord? You know, he wasn't saying, okay, God, I need you to do this. Nope. He was saying, Lord, you're the one that fills me with joy. Not this fills me with joy, not this fills me with joy, not my work fills me with joy, not my relationships fill me with joy, but Lord, you fill me with joy in your presence. In the presence of God is such a wonderful place to be, you know, because David all through this passage is talking about putting God's face before him. You know, it was God was at his right hand because God was his counselor, and God did this. God, you know, he has such an amazing eternal perspective that no matter what happens, David said, God, you're going to be right there, and you're going to be the one that is going to fill my life with an abundance. God wants to bless our pathway of life. You know, he's not the killjoy. He's not the one that's saying, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. But he knows what's the absolute best for us, you know. And when we focus on him, he fills us with what his best is. And one of his best things that he has for you and me is an eternal perspective that gives us such joy, such pleasure being in his sight. It's not based upon, you know, what we're seeing and what's going on in our life, but it's based upon what God is delivering to us as a result of being on the pathway of life that he has chosen for us. But we fight that pathway sometimes because we look at, and you know, this could happen even in the workplace. Man, and some of you probably say, Sabra, if you only knew what was going on inside my work, you wouldn't be saying you should have joy. I'm not telling you to fix your joy. I'm telling you that God will fill you with joy. Does that make sense? Sometimes I try to fix my own joy problem by giving me something that I think will bring joy. But David found it. And David found it because he found it in the presence of the Lord and put that responsibility then, not on David, but on God. God was the one that was going to fill him to that place of joy. If you're not experiencing joy, maybe it's time just to come before God and tell him, Lord, help me to sense your presence to the place that I'm not shaken, I'm not moved, I'm filled with your presence to the place that's where my joy, that's where I find joy. And you're filling me with it.